Ahoy, mateys. Love that song. Welcome aboard, everyone. Let me see if I can change this background a minute. Whew. Barely made it almost on time. What? Okay. James, Kevin, welcome aboard. Yeah, I'm at the usual spot here in Kent City. I'm at the Speedway gas station. I've got beautiful signal. And looks like the laptop did charge up. For a while there, I was worried that it wasn't charging. Had some cable issues earlier. The one cable I have right now that's charging the phone, well, is a new cable, but I already had a new cable 4 days ago, but I let Don use it. Guess what? His dog ate the end of the cable. I didn't notice it. I went and plugged it in last night and charged my phone overnight. I woke up this morning, my phone was deader than it was the night before. Like, what? And turns out that, the cable wasn't working because it had been chewed on. Needs to watch that dog a little closer. Carol, welcome aboard. Sue's here. Lucky dog. All right, this is great. Why is my phone making noises? Probably no good reason, right? Yeah, I keep hoping for a message from a certain person, but haven't heard from her. I have heard from her, but not in the last couple days. So, but she's doing all right. Day by day type of thing. You know I'm talking about, Tina. So, Nancy Drew, welcome aboard. So today was kind of a different day. I did manage to take a load into the scrapyard. That went okay. And then I went to Holly's because she had her normal hair appointment this afternoon. Plus, I knew we were going to go do laundry. Yeah. Well, we made it to her hair appointment, and then we went to do laundry, and it took 3.5 hours for her to do her laundry at a laundromat. There wasn't anything I could really do. I carried her laundry in, she washed it, and I carried it back out. That's it. That's all I did. So the rest of the time, I'm kind of halfway falling asleep. It was very boring. But I couldn't really leave her there by herself, What do you do? Carol, welcome aboard. Good to see you. I got a very nice email. Well, actually, it's posted on the last Saturday's video that Linda Barker won for Guess the Channel, Leisurely Trippin'. I got a real nice comment on that video or live stream, if you will. They were tickled that they were the featured channel, so they're hoping to meet up with me this coming winter. We'll see. They might be out in courtside again. We'll see. I'm planning on. I'll probably at least say hello to courtside. We'll see. So, if anybody got any good jokes tonight, I am coming in kind of dry. I had a couple jokes earlier in the week, and I looked at my notes. Couldn't find them. No, the truck is kind of a joke. Most people would say, "What are you doing driving that rusted out piece of junk?" It's paid for. The run's good. Got the spring fixed a couple days ago. Rides like a Cadillac now. And let's see. just a couple steps closer to getting the camper put on it. Don found me a new, not new, he found me a spare tire and rim today. That's what matches right up with this. So now I have a spare. I got to figure out how to mount it. I may have to try to manufacture my own front mount spare tire carrier. I don't know where else to put it. I don't know where to put it. I don't really want to put it up on top. I don't really want to put it on top of the camper. No. I think in front, up on mounted on the front bumper somehow. I think it'll be all right. My dry spell spit on it then. How about if I have you do that? Oh, never mind. Yeah, it is Tuesday night. I can say that. How about if I have you do that? Here we go. Carol started it. Georgianne, welcome aboard. I am about 2 days closer to getting that recipe to you. I want to try it out first to make sure it's not going to kill somebody. Oh my goodness. I did some ordering today. That's one thing I did while I was sitting there in the laundromat not doing anything. I did manage to do some ordering for supplies that I needed and a couple Christmas gifts, and yeah. So before December 2nd, I should have the things I need to get on the road with as far as advertising. I had Holly made pot pie again. Homemade chicken pot pie. It was delicious. And I'm belching it. Dang it. So, well, hopefully I'll get to see James and Cindy on my way through. Are you guys, James, are you guys going to Ironwood? Because Georgianne and I are. And we may end up with a caravan going, including you. So we're going to go to the Ironwood get together. I think Mobang. I'm not sure if William's going to make it. I haven't really 100% heard. I don't know who else might be joining our group as we go west. It looks now to me like I'll spend maybe 3 weeks only in the South Carolina area. It might even be less than that because, I wander. I'll be wandering to get there, and then the time I do get there, it'll be time to turn around and leave for Tucson and Phoenix and that area. I'll probably stop in Arkansas and Texas. All right, cool. That's cool, James. Like I say, maybe we'll end up caravanning. Kyle, welcome aboard. How is Maria doing? Is she getting over that junk? Corky Park. I love that song, but I'm going to turn it off. Love the whistling part. Okay. So, yeah. Day by day, I'm looking at 16 days before I actually leave the cottage. I haven't talked with the two Alexes. Okay, the Alex married Alex. His is Alexander and hers is Alexandria. And yes, they are hitched. Still getting over that crud? Okay. Be back at birthday cake time. Happy birthday. Fantastic. I'm hoping she gets over it, Kyle, by next Saturday, so she's ready to do some karaoke out at the Embo. I think it's time. Be my last time out there for till next spring, anyways. I know she's gotta get over the junk, but then she's got to get over having to have a beard in order to go sing. I know she can do it. She can do it. She's just got to make up her mind. um, yeah, I'm starting to really look forward to it. Elk Rapids, that'll be the 2nd. And then on the 3rd, I should be Southeast Michigan, if all goes well. And then on the 4th, I should be in Ohio, and I'm not sure where I'm going first. Chances are I will be heading down towards Columbus or wherever Georgianne and Michelle are. And we can get together and discuss our future plans, because they will be coming up a month later. And yeah, maybe get the cookbook sent out and stuff like that. Just burned out from it. Yeah, I understand that. It can take a lot out of you, and even though you feel better, you're tired. And you're trying to make up for lost time, that kind of thing. And that'll burn you out too. Let's say you normally clean a place once a week, but now you haven't been there in 2 weeks. So guess what? Maybe it doesn't take twice as long to clean it, but it takes a little longer to catch it up. There, Georgianne, there is something different about your logo, and I figured it out. It's blue. Was it always blue like that? The blue with the G, letter G in it. I just feel like it was a different color before. Maybe I'm dreaming. Linda Barker, welcome aboard. Yeah, maybe, who knows, might get to Cincinnati area too. We'll see. Michelle, good to see you. Just talking about you. Might get to see you on my way through Ohio. That would be, 5th, 6th, 7th, I don't know, somewhere in there of December. Then from there, probably keep heading south through the Carolinas. I might get to see Thrifty Angela. And I definitely want to, get into Myrtle Beach and see historic Georgetown and whatever else I can get into around there. And then, first week of January, start heading west. That way I can spend some time in Texas and spend some time in Phoenix, spend some time in Tucson, and still be, maybe I'll go to Quartzsite and then to or I'll wait for Georgianne and whoever else is coming, and we'll drive together to Ironwood. We'll see how it goes. But, we all got phones and communications. There's no excuse not to say, "Oh, I didn't know." No, and there's no excuse for that kind of crap. We'll get it together. All right. My feet are starting to feel good, so I'm going to leave the engine running. Not getting a lot coming through the blower, but that's okay. My feet were starting to get a little chilly. It got all the way up to 57 degrees today, and it wasn't terribly windy. I was able to just wear just a shirt, long sleeve shirt, but just a shirt, not the jacket and all of that. Didn't last real long, about maybe 2-3 hours, and then it was time to put the jacket back on because the temperature started to fall. About 4 o'clock, it started to cool off. Now tomorrow, We are supposed to be 67, 68. We'll see. That'd be awesome. I think that's going to be the only day. Permission is granted, Gord. Come on aboard. Good to see you. Just sitting here rambling about my travel plans. You know, Elk Rapids first, and then turn around, come back south to the southeast corner of Michigan, do a little visiting there, and then from there, head south into Ohio, and we'll see where I end up in Ohio for a day or two, and then just keep traveling. Might stop in North Carolina for a night or two. I do have a reservation. I mean, not a reservation as far as a date, but I do have a paid for campsite. So I might have to add a little money to it because it's been like 3 years, but it's still on their books. So, if the campsites are $50 a night, well, I only have to maybe fork over 20. The prices have gone up quite a bit in the last 3 years, but hey, it's a good night's stay. Then from there into South Carolina, and I'm not sure where I have to go, but I'll get with Angela and find out, can I mooch dock in their driveway for a night and visit with them. That'd be fun. Then get down to Myrtle Beach and enjoy that area. So then turn around and start heading west. I'm just going to meander. I'm not going to try to make tight, strict schedules. There's no sense doing that, Depending on the weather, what I feel like, it might depend on affordability. I may have to stop and work for a little bit, make some money. Hey, I'm okay with that. It'll certainly be, it should be affordable. Even if the bus had good tires on it and everything else was ready to go, the diesel is still over $4. Right now, gasoline's $3.30, right in that range. Hopefully it doesn't go up terribly during December, but we don't know. It could, anything can happen. All right. Well, Carol started us off with about doing a little spit. I don't know how I add to that right now. I'm starting to blush. But let her fly. I bet you Kyle's at least heard a couple good jokes. If I was alone, I could have stayed at your place. Well, who says I won't be alone? I'm not traveling with anybody. I don't know. I just don't know. Bill, welcome aboard. Good to see you. Carol, I'm open for suggestions. I'm what would you say, footloose and fancy free? I'm not hooked up or nothing. Teacher asks her class what their favorite letter is. The student raises his hand and says G. Well, the teacher walks over to him and asks, why is that, Angus? Angus. I lost. Okay, the letter G is there. Angus. Oh, man, that's flying right over the top of me, Nancy. Jill, welcome aboard. Oh my goodness. Yeah, the day's coming. Should be able to get to see you. Mooch dock in your driveway or something. We'll see. um, Carol, I'm honored. Thank you. um, my thoughts are sideways now. Oh, Linda, by the way, uh, the leisurely tripping, that she was astonished that you guessed their channel. Well, I didn't tell them how adept you are at guessing channels. So I think Tina told them. But I got a very nice comment on the last week's Saturday Night Live where you guessed them as the channel. So that was cool. If there wasn't a G, it would be. Thank you for explaining that one. Oh my goodness, Nancy. I am dense. I thought something along those lines, but then I thought, no, that's one of those subtle ones. Phil, she's hanging in there. She's day by day. She is trying to do a little bit of work, door dashing. I don't know if you watched her most recent video. She's frustrated with all the drugs. She did kind of laugh a little bit about one of them that she's taken, which is warfarin. Now that's an anticoagulant. But she's been real diligent about looking up what are they giving me to take. Well, she learned that warfarin was originally developed back in the 40s, I think. It was originally rat poison. So she's like, they're giving me rat poison. I said, well, maybe it's because you were, interviewing all those rock and roll and Metallica type groups. I said, maybe they figured you interviewed Rat or the group Poison, perhaps. She hasn't answered that one. Blood Thinner, Rat Poison, yeah. Oh, belching. I wish I'd brought my Tums with me. That would have been Linda Barker, Michelle. She guessed leisurely tripping. And maybe Lucky Dog can put the link to leisurely tripping. They are a cool channel. They are full-time RVers. They got a nice Class A. And they visited Tina 2 or 3 weeks ago now. And Tina did a little video about it. But actually, I think the video was leisurely tripping that did the video. Anyways, Tina appeared in it. So that's how I got the idea to feature leisurely tripping. So Coumadin, yeah, that's a type of warfarin. It's the same thing, I think. There are other names for that ingredient, which is warfarin. There's one that's close to warfarin, but I think it's Wafa or I don't know. They got all these different names. It boils down to the same drug, which is the rat poison. Yeah, see, Tina can be tongue in cheek even when she's dying. She can somehow find a chuckle, which is a good thing. People who don't find the humor, even in a bad situation, suffer worse than those of us who can kind of chuckle at our own selves. You watch Jaws backwards. It's a really heartwarming story about a great white shark who gives arms and legs to crippled people. That is excellent, Nancy. I have still not finished uh, Last Vegas. I did watch a little bit of it last night, and then unfortunately the sleepiness took over. But it is hilarious. I go a little more than, oh, excuse me, halfway through it. Tease urges and trap phobia. That's excellent, Phil. That is excellent. And it repairs boots. Oh, okay. Oh, boats. That's it, boots. Boats, yes. It repairs them. Yeah, it is. You're absolutely right, Carol. Laughter is the best medicine. And that's very true. Um, I know, sadly, sometimes you'll hear somebody say something horrible. I mean, in my mind, it's like, well, you said what about, making jokes about the towers coming down when they were coming down? Are you shitting me? No. Some people actually have to cope with tragedy by saying something off the wall humorous. I wonder sometimes, how we have the two masks. One is comedy and the other is tragedy. There's something to that has to do with the psychology of humor and tragedy. Coumadin last year for, oh, wow. Yeah, taking a pill is so much better than getting a shot in the stomach. Yeah, yeah. I'm not taking any blood thinners. My blood coagulates well, but I also bruise still quite easily. Both elbows today are bruised and they still hurt. This one over here bled a little bit, and then this one over here didn't bleed, but it hurts. I managed to hit it just right. There you go, Jill, and I am too. I'm not taking I took a pill earlier today. It was a Tums, and it helped. I ate a chocolate brownie this morning with coffee. And I thought, well, this is good. But then I ate another one. That's where I made my mistake, and I ended up getting an upset tummy. Modern blood thinners like Eliquis and Xarelto are definitely easier, don't require periodic blood tests or shots abdominally. Lavernoy? I don't know. I used to take, what was that called? I want to say Mucinex, but that's not it. It was another type of blood thinner. Micro, metal, I don't know. It don't matter. An apple a day. There you go, Joe. I should probably eat more apples. Yes, it is, Joe. So let her fly. Say anything you want. Nancy got us started a little. Well, actually, Carol got us started. I said something about being dry, and she said, "Well, spit on it." And I said, "No, you spit on it." Anyway, and then Nancy got us going too. I love this one of the shark, the jaws played backwards. It's about a wonderful white shark who gives legs and arms to crippled people. That's excellent. Tina said the Coumadin was necessary for mechanical heart valve. Yes, yes, he did. Uh, you know, that thing has been a little touchy. When they took her off, whatever, don't know what it was. She said it was the tubes that led to the mechanical valve, and when they pulled those out, that's when her lungs basically collapsed and everything went to hell with the subcutaneous under the skin oxygen and helium and God knows what else. Lazy Discount Hospital I went to told me my blood type was red. Yes, prayers for Tina. Was it positive or negative, Phil? It's interesting that blood is actually blue until it is exposed to oxygen. So, I mean, you can see that, every now and then I can see like a vein you can see through the thin skin that it's blue. But cut it and it's not blue, it's red. Nancy, what only charge you have? I love it. But seriously, I took way too many pills. And, I'm not telling anybody what to do or how to do it. But once I got this pacemaker, something told me that, you know what, you don't need this and you don't need that and you don't need this and you don't need that. And I basically just kind of weaned myself off of everything. I'll take anything. And I haven't killed anybody and it hasn't killed me and I feel fine. I think for sure that the doctors try to balance you with drugs. Ask Tina. She'll tell you that the side effects on some of these drugs are making her nuts. And she's probably right. And she's learning a lot by looking up about what the drugs do. I didn't do that so much. I mean, yeah, I knew this was for the high blood pressure, and I knew this other one was for anxiety, and I knew this other one was for kidneys, and that on and on. I just said, now that my heart's functioning properly, I should be able to go back to being a kid again. And so far, I am. Eat nuts and veggies, yeah, I do. I have a little issue with nuts because, I have no teeth, but cut them up small. I love walnuts. I'm an absolute nut for walnuts. Vampire, only has shots of plasma. He orders blood light. They usually save that for RN friends. And then as far as vegetables go, I love peas, carrots, peppers. That's the mainstay. And I have potatoes, of course. In fact, I probably won't stop tonight, but tomorrow at some point I'm going to go buy a sack of potatoes. I got a couple recipes I want to try out. Look out for the baby. I realize I'm still virile, but I was virile without the pills. Who needs pills? Oh. Thank you, Joe. Bonbons and paydays. That's Nancy's mainstay. Bonbons and paydays. Well, paydays definitely. I have a case of paydays in the refrigerator. And yeah, I love the taste, but I can't quite. The peanuts are hard to deal with, but I do. Now I have the miniature Snickers left over from Halloween, and I've been eating those. And the smaller the nut, I just kind of gum it, and finally I swallow it. I know my stomach will take care of it. The bigger pieces, I basically dispose of those. I don't swallow the bigger pieces. Don't like Butterfingers. Crack the molars of a hyena and get stuck in their toothlesses. I can see where you would say that about Butterfingers. But I love Butterfingers. They don't necessarily like me, though. I have overdosed on Butterfingers before. Like, no, don't only eat a couple. Don't pig out. My favorite lately is one that's called Bueno. It's made by a company called Kinder. They're excellent. They're a caramel type of nougat, I think is how you say it. They kind of remind me of those Dove candy bars. Definitely caramel, milky, creamy filling type of thing. But they're smaller, but they're good. Lots of garlic. Now, I do have garlic every now and then, but not a lot. Right, they do stick to your teeth. I don't have that problem so much. Blood pressure and chasing away attractive strangers. You know, the other thing is beets. Now, I eat beets, not every day by any means, but once a week I have beets. I like beets, and I think they're probably good for me. Gord says so many different candy bars in Canada than in the States. Really? I didn't know that. I thought they'd be kind of the same. Is it possible that these have different names? By the way, I've been doing this training for the GTM company. That one of them was, knowing the proper way to sell cigarettes and tobacco products. And him on the wall, they had the whole wall full of red and white packs of unicorns. Unicorns. I think they were really Marlboros, but they photoshopped it to make it look like not Marlboros because maybe there was a copyright something or other. But then in other parts of the same videos, there's Marlboros and all the normal cigarettes, like you would see. Ghirardelli dark chocolate squares with raspberry filling. I don't like the ones with raspberry. I have had them. Just Ghirardelli dark chocolate by itself is just perfectly fine by me. Yeah, actually about $3.50, and that's a decent price. That is a decent price. I've gotten those at Family Fare. Now you can get a box of turtles at Family Fare too, and I think they're like $6. I'll be getting a couple packages of those before too long. What's the difference between a tire and 365 used condoms? Oh boy. A tire goes 2 years? I don't know. What is it till? One was a good year, another a great year. The worst I ever had was fantastic. Used tires and 5 kids. Uh-oh. I have a funny feeling this is not a joke that Michelle's telling. Yeah, that is a good one, Trailer Traveling. I like that, Jill. People looking at me. What's the guy doing over there? The computer on the dashboard, big circle light. I look like I'm just sitting here talking to myself, but I'm not. I'm talking to you. I'm kind of waiting for George Ann's. Oh, excuse me, George Ann's answer. It sounds sad. doesn't sound like it's adult humor. It sounds like a real deal. 3 dead, 15 in the hospital, got rear-ended by a semi. Jesus, that's sad. So sad. Local and national. Okay. I didn't hear it. I was helping Holly with her laundry. Well, no, I was watching Holly do her laundry. Let's put it that way. I didn't play any news. I played a few YouTubes. I checked to see if a couple other channels maybe posted something. I actually answered a few people on my YouTube videos. Oh, here's a joke for you. Kind of a backhanded. It was good. Troy Grand Marais, he watched my latest video of the tour of the one-room schoolhouse. Phil, you probably saw what he said. He, Troy wanted to know, is that where you went to school? No, I missed out on the one-room schoolhouse. My sister, however, she's older than me. She attended the one-room schoolhouse where we grew up. And then by the time I started school, they had torn that down and built a beautiful brick structure, grades 1 through 6 is where I went, Bursley School. And then Hudsonville was junior high. I don't know if that building's still there. I need to go there sometime, just take a look. That was an old building when I went there. And then, of course, the high school, which was a new building. But then there's a newer building since then because Hudsonville's just gotten so big. Wow, well, that's sad. I might see that sometime tonight. You remove the shells from my racing snails to make them faster. It only made them more sluggish. Ah! Ah! Silly slugs. What did the toaster say to the slice of bread? Oh boy. Let me think. I don't know. I wanted to say I'll warm your buns or something, but no, go ahead, Jill. I want you inside of me. I like it when you talk. Really do. I'll have night dreams about that. All right. Oh man. See, my imagination just going away. It's all Carol's fault. She started it. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Pop Tart was on the side. That's cute too. Yeah, I got some Pop Tarts that are on the stove next to the toaster. My gosh, just not into them. They're, I think they're apricot. I don't think I don't know. I might try one, but I don't know. Don picked them up somewhere. They're probably stale. I think he went to the food pantry. That's okay. I mean, nothing wrong with that. But sometimes the stuff is a little bit getting towards the stale side, especially like Pop Tarts. They don't go very long past their use by date. Truck looks roomy. It is. It's like a car. I mean, it's a full 4-door truck. I mean, it's like a car, like a 4-door car. I should have plenty of room for everything in here for traveling. Of course, the camper's got room underneath the bed, and there's a one cabinet that I keep clothing in, but I also keep canned goods in stuff. I have to do some rearranging. I think I may keep more canned goods and things like that in the refrigerator, but the refrigerator is not a refrigerator, it's an ice box. But I think I'm going to stay away from foods that have to be refrigerated. Or when I want something that comes from a refrigerator, I'm going to eat it that day or, within a day or two. I'm not into this idea of having to buy ice every day, at least not now. And that ice box in the camper kind of got messy because the ice would melt too quick, and you got your salami and your cheese floating in water. No, I don't like that. Room to roll around in. You're right. Well, the campers for that. I was talking to Holly about how I can wash some of I've got this fuzzy, big, long pillow, and I really like it. It's very comfy. And I can kind of move it around. I can set my back against it so I can sit up or, lay down on it or it's a versatile pillow. And it's like, I don't know, probably 5 feet long. And it's all plush. But, it's getting, it's like, okay, I've slept on it for a month and it's time to be washed. And I don't know how to wash it. There's no instructions. I didn't see anything on the tag. It doesn't say how to wash it. So I'm going to try just a warm wash and then a fluff dry. I can't think what it's not velour necessarily. Justin and Christina, welcome aboard. Sean Quinn, welcome aboard. Good to see you. It's a kind of a common furry, fuzzy velour, fluffy, I don't know, real soft. A lot of people buy that type of material, and it's, you can hang it on the wall or you can throw it over you as a blanket on the couch. It's just warm and comfortable. So I need to wash it. In the next week or so, I want to wash it. And pray that I don't wreck it, because I was going to buy another one. So I thought, hey, it'd be cool to have 2 of these. It's kind of turn the camper bed into I Dream of Jeannie's bottle. Had all kinds of pillows in it. Yeah, that's what I want. No wash on Cold Gentle. Cold Gentle. Okay. Holly said something about permanent press. Is that gentle? No, it doesn't come off, Linda. I wish it did. I think it's full of all the different little balls of cotton or something like that. It's not a piece of foam. It's, I don't know, gushy foam pillow or foam balls or something. Not sure. Let's put it this way: if it came open in the washing machine or the dryer, there'd be a damned mess. What do they call that stuff? It's like velour, but it's almost got a nap to it. Like, you can brush it one way and it changes its color almost. You brush it the other way, it changes the shadowing somehow. I don't know how to describe it. Yeah, do it gentle. Probably do it by itself or maybe with a couple other like terry cloth towels, maybe. I don't know. So my ex and I made a deal. We only smoked after sex. Had the same carton since 1995. She was smoking 3 packs a day. Multiple orgasms, Phil, for her? Or what kind of food do lots of people love? Oh, I think I've heard this one. Oh, something chew. I can't remember. Velour. Velour. That's probably what it is, Nancy. Anything they can eat out. Vegetarians love yeah, velvet or Velcro. It's not Velcro, but it's more like velvet, but it's long. It's kind of, the nap on it, I would say half inch, maybe. It's just soft and pleasant to the touch. Man, you won't be attending that meetup. It's the evolution of the magic circle. Ah! You notice that Justin says, unfortunately. The choice of words are Justin. You could have said, fortunately, we won't. Or you said, unfortunately, we won't. So that's not, I'm not going to tell the English teacher on you, but the double negative makes it sounds more like it's a positive. Just picking on you. You're disappointed that you're not going to attend. That's what it implies more like. Oh my goodness. Okay, good. I was hoping there wouldn't be, Joe. I mean, to each his own. Um, you know, I'm a clothing optional kind of guy, but in the confines of my own camper. And my camper is pretty small. Or it depends. Depends on where the camper's parked. If somebody's using binoculars, well, have at it. You know, good grief. How I heard it told Bill and Nancy, uh, somebody asked me if I smoked after sex, and I said, I don't know, I never looked. You did, Justin. Everybody's been making me laugh tonight. It's a laugh night for sure. Hey, it's adult humor night, so we can talk sexy jokes and other kind of jokes, dirty jokes, like the pig fell in the mud type of jokes. Yeah, sure we can. And we can tell dad jokes and stupid jokes. Hey, we can tell anything we want. Most popular guy at the Magic Circle carries a dozen donuts with both hands occupied. Oh my God. What happens when you eat in a recliner? I don't know, Joe. I'll make our own. Jack and Jill will make their own magic circle. That's what James is talking about. Yeah, we can do that. Oh my goodness. Oh, the crispy greens. Oh my. Yeah, mix is good. Woo! Jill, you have answers about eating in the recliner. Oh, you get breast food. you're reclined and you're resting, and it's, yeah. Oh my goodness. Bavarian cream over Boston. Somewhere in the back here, I can find it because it needs to go in the house. Ah, do I dare take it out of the package? This thing is so dadgum sweet. It's an eclair, you know. It's a custard filled. Some people call them long johns. I bought two, and I ate one when we got to the laundromat, and she's getting things going. I said, I got to eat, so I ate that, and yeah, it kept me full all day long, but it was good. I will say that. Now I need to find a napkin. All right. Got chocolate on my fingers. That'll be a tomorrow morning with coffee type of. I always have a donut in the morning. Excuse me. I bet you are. I'm just have this feeling. You were at Ironwood today. Phil says it's getting hot here. I know the feeling, Carol. The first time I ever heard that, I got up to look at the thermostat. And the girls go, no, that's not what I mean. I'm like, duh. Memories. You're not feeling well, William. I am sorry. Turn on the AC, girl. Cavities. I have no idea what happened. I'm just moving the thing around, all of a sudden, boom. Somehow I exited. Not a fan of custard filled for the jelly filled. Hey, nothing wrong with that. I almost bought one of each. They had the jelly filled ones. Um, they had the sugar coating on them. And I'm not a big fan of the sugar coat. I gotta get my chocolate fix. Now, Jill was talking about eating apples. I do get my apple fritters. Usually, if I can get to the gas station early enough in Coopersville, where I work, there'll be at least one apple fritter still warm in the case. Yeah, and for $1.29, they are bigger than my hand. They are more like bear claw, but they're just apple fritters, and I'll tell you what, they're good. Go dark. Well, I'm not against it. That's for sure. Diversity. We get warmed up, and it's like there's one more minute to the show to go. We'll go a little longer, but excuse me. May have to buy no, I'm not going to buy any water. I might buy a pop. We'll see. It's need like somehow I need something kind of cold and wet. Water would do it, but I don't have any with me. somebody's saying, your jokes aren't nasty enough, or something, or they're too nasty. No, don't know what's going on. I did send a message to Sonia's dad, asked him if he'd heard anything at all. Nope. Nobody's heard anything. It's been 6 weeks now. So, social? Yeah. Johnny's Journey just posted something about a van being done. Don't know. Chili for supper. That sounds pretty good. I had homemade pot pies that Holly made, Justin, and they were very good. Now, we had them a week ago, and I said, well, tonight's tastes better. And it's because it was homemade crust. She actually made the crust, whereas the ones we had a week ago, well, she made the ingredients, but the crust was actually store-bought. So, I am missing something. I slipped in and out. Oh boy. And there's something to be said for that too, Jill. There's there's different turn-ons. Different. How do you say it? You got to do what makes you feel good, and it's different for each person, actually. Dark chocolate, okay. Oh, clams last night. Oh, that can happen. You may have an allergy. It could be you're having an allergic reaction, but more than likely, those are easy to get cross-contaminated in the kitchens because they're preparing other types of foods at the same time that they're preparing the clams. And if they're not very conscious about, keeping, let's say, scallops away from the clams and the shrimp, that can, just the microorganisms crossing over from the clam to the shrimp and vice versa. If you have a shellfish allergy, you can get very sick just from that cross contamination. So, feel better. Yeah, I know what you're saying, Joe. When I've had clams, I just let them slip down, and I don't even taste them. Yes, she says now I was referring to the clams. Yeah, it is a roll of the dice. You're absolutely right. I used to have to crack them open in a restaurant I worked at, and you had to be careful to make sure you were not preparing them on the same board that somebody else used, for instance, to cut a steak. Oh my God. That's, big no. But even back then, they didn't worry so much about it. Don't know why, but it's foodborne illnesses are more prevalent, seems like, these days than it was back when I worked in restaurants. I mean, there was, cautionary things that you did way back then, but now there's a lot of emphasis on can't leave anything set out for more than 4 hours. If you do, pitch it. If it hasn't been kept, if it's cold like salad, if it's not been kept at 35 degrees or lower, and it's been out for 4 hours at room temperature, it's got to go. And then with cooked meats and things like that, they've got to be kept above 141, I believe is the right temperature. And if they're not, if they're kept at lower temperature than that, 4 hours out, buy, throw it away. You don't have any allergies. Okay. They love you too. That's cool. You know, I think in my future I will be learning more about saltwater fish, how to catch them, and how to prepare them. I've never done any saltwater fishing, but you know, it might not happen this year. Probably won't. I'm thinking future years, maybe get over by uh, Christian and Tracy and do some saltwater fishing and learn to prepare those foods. And that's certainly, I've seen other YouTubers that have gone down there. One, I can't remember the name of their channel, but I mean, they are living my dream. They get up in the morning and they pull on their shorts and they're out the door. There's tiny shorts too, like I would wear, you know, Daisy Dukes. If you don't like people, you're an introvert. If you enjoy people, you're an extrovert. I have a cat, so I'm a pervert. Good one, Nancy. Bill, raw clams and oysters, the most pristine from a specially raw bar, certified well food, poisoning all sorts of pests. Yeah. Never order seafood in a restaurant on Mondays. Generally, deliveries are Thursday and Friday. Yeah, that's probably a good point. Good advice. Yeah, definitely. I I am not a fan of sushi. Sorry, I'm just not. It just yeah. Don't get me wrong. I've many types of fish I love. You know, walleye, perch, shrimp, uh, on and on. Trout, bass, bluegill. I love all those fishes. But and others, then no, I don't care. um, where were we? We were at a restaurant one time where they were. It was more of a show than it was the actual food. But the chef was cutting meat, and I mean, he was tossing the knives in the air, and off the end of the knife, if you open your mouth, he could hit your mouth with whatever it was on the tip of his knife. Pretty wild. Can't remember the name of that was. Dragon was a Japanese style, a little bit on the more pricey side restaurant here in Grand Rapids. I don't think they're there anymore. Ooh. Ooh, chill. Oh, chill. Oh, chill. Ah, gum. Ah. This should be on Sue's. What was that game we used to play on your show? Dirty Minds, or something like that. Yeah. Oh goodness. All right. Listen to this take to Raw Bar, Sheepshead Bay, New York. I could play with the word raw, but I'm not going to. I know what you're talking about. Um, excuse me. I feel sorry for those lobsters. You see them, you know, they're in the tank and they're moving around. The next thing you know, they're on your plate. Rendazzles? Okay. Seems like I've heard of that. All right, Carol, I will. I'm starting to feel it right through here. The eyes are kind of burning a little bit. I've been up since 4 o'clock. And so it's been 13, 14, 15, 16-hour day. Time I actually get to sleep, it'll be another hour and a half from now. And fortunately, I do not have to rush off to work in the morning. They didn't give me a call. I was hoping they would because I could use the bucks, but they didn't call me. So therefore, I'll sleep in a little bit in the morning. And maybe get some more nights still young. If I had the money. Boy, that one came deep. I got some things I want to do tomorrow because it's going to be pushing 70 degrees. I would love to maybe get that Ford out of the yard. And there's a furnace, huge one. It has to be cut up in little pieces. And I mean, we're talking grinding. I don't have cutting torches, but this furnace is huge. It probably weighs over a ton right now. Put it this way, we can't roll it into the back of the truck. It's just not going to happen. It's going to have to be cut up in 4 chunks, maybe. And even then, those chunks would have to be picked up with like the guy that owns the place has a forklift tractor, but he's not going to be around tomorrow at all. He'll be hunting. Tomorrow is the first day of deer season. And he is big time. I will dream of you, Carol. I already have. The deer season around here is like, I'm surprised. When I was younger, we had the day off from school because it was deer hunting. First day of deer hunting, you took the day off from school. It was an excused absence. I don't know if they have that anymore. 85. Boy, now I've got a problem. Do I dream about Carol or do I dream about Jill where it's 85? Jill's going to dream about Carol. There, I'm off the hook. Kind of. Thank you, Jill. Thank you, Carol. You guys keep me going. I mean, really. Y'all keep me going. Oh, my goodness. All right. 9:13. Yeah, it's past time. So we will see you tomorrow night, 6 p.m. for our 2-hour usual spiel. And I didn't put up the thumbnail yet, but I will. M is for moose. Yeah, we're still on the letter M. School's closed for the rodeo. You know, Ice Queen, Izzy Straightheart up there in Montreal. Justin knows who I'm talking about. She had one at the end of one of her videos that said, the border is closed due to a hockey game. Hey, they take their hockey seriously. 10 across Cadillac, and there's always plenty of deer on the road. Yeah, I've seen several tonight already. They're not moving real fast. They're just kind of wandering across the road. Okay. It's almost like they've gotten used to everybody. They just don't pay attention to cars. Dan wakes up in the hospital, and the attractive nurse says you were in an accident and can't feel anything from the waist down. So the man says, well, can I feel your boibs then? Huh. Thank you, Nancy. Yeah, there's been some good ones. I'm trying to figure this one. Boibs? Okay, I kind of get the forwardness of it. That's cute. Yeah, roadkill. You're right. Hey, by the way, it's good to see you in here. Yeah, we do adult humor on Tuesdays because we were trying to we're getting a little out of hand on the other shows. So we kind of say, all right, let's have a night where we can just let our hair down, so to speak. But I'm familiar with Highway 10, that's for sure. Boobs. Yeah, okay, gotcha. I got it now. Okay, it is time for me to sign off here. We'll see you Wednesday night. Fair winds and smiles. And of course, may God bless. Good night, everyone. Thank you for coming aboard.